Welcome everybody. Oh, I tell you, I have got the most brutal cold. I do. A friend of mine said, why did you just take the day off? Put a sign up saying, sorry, closed for business. I said, we got to go on. I said, we're doing aliens today. Age of Disclosure writer-director Dan Farah is making some comments. This is the first time I've been sick in 15 years or so. And it's just kicking my ass. Oh, it's painful. It's painful. And you know, it's funny. I watched the show yesterday, thinking I was going to sound like a stuffed up turtle or something. Like I barely could tell I was sick. Yesterday I was like, I might, if I don't sound sick, I'm telling you, man, my head is pounding. Oh, it's the sneezing and the runny nose, right? You guys ever like, that feeling you get sick? It's the sneezing, the runny nose. It's been so long since I've been sick. I guess we all get our turn, right? I mean, that is, I don't want to be sick. I remember times I had girlfriends. At least I get a little sick treatment, if you have a good girlfriend or a good wife, they actually care for you. They'll give you a little bit of sick treatment, But when you got when you're single and you just have friends, they just, like, you'll get better. Oh, all of us want to be treated like a baby once in a while, I guess, don't we? And the worst thing is trying to sleep, right? Like, I don't know if any of you guys are sick at home. Apparently there's something going around. Trying to sleep is like, last night was terrible. So what am I doing? I'm drinking wine. I had some of this Tylenol. I bought this at like 3 a.m. Tylenol, strength, sinus. I got the daytime. My God, I had chicken wings this afternoon. I got sauce everywhere. I thought I washed my hand. I did wash my hands. Oh my God. But anyway, I'm always taking more than the recommended dose. Do you guys do that? Always. It's like it helps the symptoms for like an hour, maybe an hour or two. And then it goes right back to like runny, gushy nose. But anyway, Tylenol. I mean, if you guys know of a medicine that's better, what you guys take? I was going to take Neocitrin. Randy says, oh, geez, here we go. I'd say I'm first, but Jesus Christ is the first and last. I mean, dude, that's cool. We're talking about aliens. Is he an alien? The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise. It's not a comedy show, bro. The Lord is not slow in keeping. I got to read this. Guys, you got to, the Randy B7. Hey, look. If you believe in the Lord, I might mock you a little bit because you're coming to a place that will probably mock you a little. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise. What promise? Did he whisper it into your ear? Hello, Flow State Football. How the hell are you doing? Oh, hope I didn't. As some understand slowness, instead he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. Flow State, I'm sick. I got a flu or cold or something because I've been taking this. It's my opening monologue, how sick I am. Oh, no way, you two. You want me to send you one of these? I'll send it FedEx. I got a daytime and a nighttime if you want it. Oh, fuck. So many people are sick. It's but I guess if you're going to be sick, you know what, Flo? I don't believe in aliens. You know what? I can do one of those. I do not. Do you? Are you guys, anyone else out there? What do you guys believe in aliens? I don't. And there's reasons. We're going to go over it because Dan Farah, the writer and director of Age of Disclosure, we're going to go over an interview that he did. I'm going to go over an interview. Now, I'm going to tell you some things that make utter and 100 complete sense, because just based on what they say, I do not, but in the form of how they are depicted in Hollywood. Well, I mean, that's... So I believe, look, I believe aliens exist, right? If you just do the math, 2 trillion galaxies, if you say there's 400 billion stars in each galaxy, multiply by 7.5 planets, is there intelligent life in the universe? Yeah, mathematically, statistically, there's probably millions and millions of planets. But that is a tiny, that's like 0.00000000001%. I think the Fermi Paradox, we're going to go over the top 10 points in the Fermi Paradox after we watch the video from Dan Farah, who is the director and writer for Age of... Now, I watched the Age of Disclosure. I did a little review on it. It's the same regurgitated stuff. I mean, it's the same... You can't tell me. You cannot tell me that aliens that have the technology to go light years, they have warp technology or fold gravity drive technology or hyperdrive technology. They have whatever wormholes. They use whatever you want. They got Stargate tech. They're coming from a different galaxy altogether. You're telling me that they crash, but their technology is so advanced, they crash in our own atmosphere? They crash land? We don't even see Chinese ships or planes crashing. But you're telling me there's all these alien ships, spaceships, but they have the technology to fly across hundreds of light years. They can fold space, warp time. But somehow they get to our atmosphere and they become stupid. Oh man, I mean, you gotta... I mean, I got a new setup on the board. I got the 2 aliens on either side. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be a rough one. When I'm sick, I recommend Tylenol, day and nighttime flavors. Actually, the wine is helping the most. Lots of wine. Noon. When you travel between stars, accidents happen. Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, if you're talking about warp technology and the stuff that could happen with radiation, the stuff that could happen to a warp bubble, the amount of energy you need, and yada 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 yada. Yeah, but we're talking about these alien spaceships crashing within our atmosphere. Their tech is so bad, they enter our atmosphere, and it's like they probably get sick and they're having too much wine in their little spaceships. But somehow they can travel across the galaxy, maybe even galaxy to galaxy, using Stargate technology. What's my take on Jews? They rule the world. Do they not rule the world? I mean, look at Ellison. Look at David and Larry Ellison. Here's the thing. They're smart. They value the right stuff. Accidents happen. Why do you assume they are flawless? Because their tech is so advanced, Noon. They can travel. Have you ever seen a Chinese aircraft crash and we've recovered Chinese or Russian aircraft or a ship that's sunk or nothing? No. But these aliens that have tech that is like 1,000 millennia ahead of ours, it's like they hit our atmosphere and they don't have driver's licenses. Maybe they got to hit the DMV and say, hey guys, I'm here for my driver's test. We've had too many. And don't you think, Noon, advanced tech might be harder to control? But you have to listen to yourself. You're making an excuse. If they can get here, you can't just make like a reason. You're making reasons up on the spot. If we've already determined that they have tech that is like so far beyond anything that we got, like how often, if you look at how many plane flights are there a day, 16,000 or something, planes don't even crash anymore. But these dumb aliens, man, they got these tic tac spaceships and they're flying them into. They got no windows, baby. They're not looking out the window. Boss, I think there's a mountain ahead. Well, what's a mountain? Like a boom, that thing. Shit. And I'll tell you what, with their tech, if they wanted to retrieve, like the Marines leave no one behind. And if the aliens have this kind of tech, I'll guarantee you, if they wanted their stuff back, in age of disclosure, they say that they give their alien crashes as gifts. They're gifts. Like I can just see the aliens. One of the spaceship crashes, and the lieutenant goes to like the main alien boss. He goes ack 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 ack. And then the boss goes, ack, 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 which basically means, fuck, give it to the humans. It's a gift. But sir, ack, 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 we have, 5 casualties. Fuck them. Reverse engineer their tech would take just as long as inventing. Right. That's a good, on the beam. That's a good point. I'm just a very good point. Noon. I'm just talking about possibilities. I don't assume that they're without. Yeah, I get you. I got you. And I think. You're putting some stuff out there for discussion, and I think that's the important thing, right? But when you take the totality of things, if they have that kind of tech, our planes don't even crash anymore, right? Our airplanes. It's so rare for our airplanes to crash. And I watched Star Trek. The Romulans have cloaking technology. I'm sure, look, if they have anti-gravity, they can manipulate gravity, which I think manipulating light and photons would be easier, so they could turn their ships invisible. Like, the explanations always seem to carry a convenient way of explaining something that needs to be explained at that particular moment. It's very similar to religion in the sense that the evidence isn't there, so you kind of make up maybes. It's no different than the Big Bang. Big Bang's a theory, right? Although we can track every galaxy going back to a central point. I'm more inclined, with the Big Bang, I'm more inclined to think that the universe is infinite, that it is literally... Oh, jeez. I had a store exception error on my computer. I apologize. It's the second time I've had a store exception error on my computer. I boo Microsoft with all vehemence. Windows has been driving me crazy. More than my cold is. Microsoft, that was a store exception error, 054. I gotta Google it because it's the second time it's happened. I don't know, something is open conflicting. I just upgraded to 96 gig RAM. That's a lot of RAM, right? I go on a super duper RAM. Instead of buying a $3,000 computer or $3,500 computer, upgraded, I got a 6 trig hard drive. So I got no more memory backups. And it cost me like $900 instead of buying a new computer at $3,000 because my processor is plenty strong enough. So, but we were talking about something. What show comments? Yes, please. On the beam, still we don't believe we were fish. Well, here's the thing though, Beam. I don't know on the Beam. I don't know if you're still on after my computer crash. If you just take our genetics, right? If you take the DNA strand and you take everything back, the things, now I don't know the entire genetic strand going back down, but we are basically related to everything because The evidence that's contained within the DNA strand unequivocally suggests that we are related to everything on this planet in one way or the other. Since the since DNA was first started on, as the digital strand, or the data, not digital, but data strand, analog strand of that contains the information for life. So, I mean, the evidence is there. You know, but even if you watch Prometheus, the idea that we came from engineers, I really thought, even though there were some issues, and I'm a screenwriter. I spent 20 years in Los Angeles. I've won hundreds of awards in film festivals all around the world. You can Google my name, Danny Alex, screenwriter, and you'll see the from Berlin to Greece to New York to I've never sold one of my screenplays. I've been offered money. I didn't want my screenplays to turn into crap. Those 2.6 on IMDb's. Wouldn't sell it. No, thank you. But the point is that what was the point? I was equating it to screenwriting in the sense of, I guess I think what I was going down. If you're a writer or any sort of writer, creative, where you take concepts and you make things out of them, that's what pisses me off about like Section 31 or the new Starfleet Academy. Are you kidding me? Or is that Melrose Place in space? What the hell? What the hell am I? I hope David Ellison kiboshes that. What happened to Star Trek? Rogan works. Joe Rogan? Are you a vampire or are you? I would love to be a vampire. I just watched the Underworld series. Last week we did a review on Underworld. Shy Man, everything is made out of atoms. Yeah. And then from there on it's quarks and going down to the finer particles of life. There are amazing secrets. Unfortunately, I don't think reality will change for us if we understand the quantum realm, the idea of the double slit experiment. It gives validity to the simulation theory, right? The idea that if it's not observed, it becomes millions and billions of possibilities. Very similar to a video game, right? So if you're playing a video game and you haven't gone through that door, and you don't go through that door, whatever's on the other side of that door doesn't exist because you didn't go through it. It wasn't digitally manufactured. And it's very similar to how our universe works. It allows you to visualize infinity clearer. We usually have an easier time defining infinity when it goes inward. So think of two numbers, 1 and 2. It's finite, right? Because 1 gets to 2. There has to be a finite number of numbers in there. But if you just say, well, just add a 0 after the decimal point, add a 0, cut it in half. You get to a point where it's just too damn small. You just say, cut it in half. Well, you can't. It's too small. No, just cut it in half though. We can visualize it. Our minds are structured in a way within a finite realm, we can continue the road to infinity, cut it in half. But when it goes outside the parameters, so before 1 and after 2 being infinite, our mind it's much harder for us to visualize a number that is a sideways 8, right? And that was leading me to the idea that black holes and white holes, so the theory of relativity proves, just like it proved black holes existed before we knew that they were there, that white holes exist as well. And white holes are basically nothing, only light can escape. So basically it's like the funnel, right? In a black hole, everything goes, it's absolutely shredded into a singularity, a spot of infinite density, zero volume. But it comes out the other side like a big bang. And that might happen hundreds of trillions of years after this universe is long gone. when black holes start to combine, Hawking radiation is starting to dissolve these, but they become so big that on the other side of these black holes is a white hole. That's what I would be inclined to think. And then somewhere in an infinite universe, a new part of the universe is populated. That seems rational to me. It's easier to think of an infinite universe than something creating it out of nothing. Because then you have to ask, well, what was before that then? Nothing cannot exist. I mean, that the concept of nothing as a concept, we can kind of like acknowledge it, but trying to think of nothing is impossible. What was the philosopher who discussed that concept? I forgot his name. The idea of that nothing really cannot exist. Excuse me as I terrible cold. This video is not sponsored, but if Tylenol wants to send me some bucks. But anyway, that's kind of the idea from that. And now, if aliens have developed technology that, if you even in the Fermi Paradox, if you develop technology, I'm working on a video on cryosleep and why it literally is an impossibility. 7 reasons why cryosleep it looks good, right? I mean, in Alien, you see, the crew wakes up, the 7 crew wakes up. Sigourney, I had a crush on Sigourney Weaver, right? She looked fantastic. What a great actress. What a great protagonist, right? Awesome. You got Interstellar, you've got Avatar, you've got 2001: A Space Odyssey. I mean, if we went to Jupiter, you can't. It would take us 10 years. 10 years just to get to Jupiter. You know what, guys? Did you see Voyager 1? Excuse me. Voyager 1, where's the article? There it is. You guys got to see this. This is almost this gives perspective. Excuse me. Share. Oh, I got to I made all these new fancy schmancy things. There we go. And then this, and I do this. There we go. That's better. Everyone. There you go. So this is kind of, it is cool. Let me get rid of the advertising. There we go. So one light day, Voyager will reach one light day from Earth in 2026. We've made one light day, guys. I mean, excuse me. Oh, damn cold. One light day. Voyager 1976 in outer space now. Was it Paramedes? Was it Paramedes that did the I was just looking at Spinoza because I love philosophy. I was just looking at Spinoza and his explanation of God, which is absolutely fascinating. Thought about doing a video on it. There's so many great philosophers, and the idea of philosophy is, boy, you talk about math with words. I was an English major. I love philosophy. But if we, oh, wait a sec, that's the, oh man, okay, I got 2 versions of that thing up. There it is. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Yeah. Well, we got some McDonald's advertising. If you guys feel like are hungry today, have you guys gone to McDonald's lately? Any fast food? Remember you used to be able to stuff yourself for $10? $10. Now? No way, senor. There's no way you get to have a I mean, you take a family, to McDonald's, $60. Lucky I'm single with no kids. I can still go and have myself a meal. Voyager 1 will reach one light day from Earth in 2026. Here's what that means, my friends. My apologies for Voyager 1, NASA's deep space probe, could soon become the first spacecraft to reach a historic milestone. In November 2026, the probe will be one light day from Earth. One light day. one light day. We're getting there, man. Another 364 days or 364 days. 364, how many years has it been going? 50 years about? Was that, Shane, is that with 50 years? So, what is that, 315, 50, 20,000? No, it's going to be more than 20,000 years before it gets to a light year. 50 times 364, right? 364 is 3,000 times 5. That's 17,500 days or years. Maybe that's right. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 is the farthest spacecraft from our planet, currently exploring interstellar space, 15.8 billion miles away. You know what's crazy? What's crazy? You think that it's gone, right? It's not coming back. But if we develop technology one day, and we might, I don't hold out great hope, but it's not like it's screaming away from us, right? So if we develop technology that allows us to go 0.1 the speed of light, we could go grab it and bring it back. I mean, it'd be an expensive trip, but we could, right? It's not getting away. I mean, it's not getting away. It's like letting a two-legged dog run away out of the yard. It's like, well, when I decide to come get you, I'll go get you. I mean, that would be an adorable puppy dog, but the term light day refers to the distance at which it will take 24 hours for a signal or command traveling at the speed of light to reach the spacecraft from Earth, said Susie Dodd, Voyager project manager at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. One light day is equivalent to 16 billion miles. 16 billion miles. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Terrible cold. It's going to be a rough sleep tonight. So if Voyager's team is asking the spacecraft to do something once it reaches that point, it will take another day for Voyager to respond. And I think it's got like an infinitesimal amount of energy left. I forgot the energy that it has. And isn't Voyager traveling at 10? I think it's going faster than 10,000 miles per hour, Shane. I think it's going faster. But you could be right, though. You know what? I'm not exactly sure. I could punch it up. How fast is Voyager 1 traveling? Whoa, dude. 61,500 kilometers or about 38,000 miles per hour. Yeah, I thought it was faster. 38,000 miles per hour. That's, he's not bad, my friend. He's not bad. My best friend in Los Angeles is from Mexico. That's why I'm allowed to do a Mexican accent. Breaking news, Air Transit averts pilot strike with tentative deal. Oh, CTV News. It's Canada, isn't it? Is that Canada? Voyager 1 and its twin Voyager 2 are the only spacecraft to operate beyond the heliosphere, the sun's bubble of magnetic fields and particles that extends well beyond the orbit of Pluto. After decades in space, both have had to turn off several instruments, but they are using their remaining tools to study this uncharted territory and provide data that could inform future missions. Not bad. Staying in touch, but I think we all know it's traveling. Yeah, 38,000 miles per hour. It said right there. We, with an understanding of Earth's location, for example, Voyager 1's trajectory. Yeah, one went kind of off the, that was Voyager 1, right? Yeah, trajectory after the Saturn flyby. I wonder if I got pictures of 3i Atlas. I'll call Avi Loeb. Hey, Avi. Maybe Voyager 1 had a communication with 3i Atlas aliens. I mean, fuck it. I call Avi Low. I call him Avi Noob. Such a dumbass. He is such a dumbass. I have no respect for the man. None. Especially when he threw Brian Cox and Neil deGrasse Tyson into the bus. For no reason. No reason. Voyager 2 isn't expected to reach one daylight from Earth until November 2035. And even the most ambitious estimates suggest the spacecraft won't be operating then, but both probes keep surprising the team. But anyway, there you go. There you go. That's the oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, Shane. That's where are we going here? Oh, come on, man. Okay, so now what I want to do is get into this aliens. Dun, 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 dun. So Dan Farah, he was the director and writer of Age of Disclosure. That was the new, what was it, about 2-3 weeks ago it came out. That was with the aliens. And basically, it's a whole bunch of people saying the same things, right? I've seen the aliens. They're hiding this. They're hiding that. Why don't these alien craft ever crash in like St. Louis, right? They're always sort of off in the mountains. They're bad. They've probably been drinking. The aliens have been drinking. They can fly 5,000 light years to get here. But the second they get within our atmosphere, they're as dumb as nails, right? They can't fly. We don't have any plane crashes. Our little primitive technology doesn't crash anymore, basically. But their technology that is like 50,000 years ahead of ours, somehow they're like really bad pilots. They get into our atmosphere and they drive like shit. Like, they really do. They got to hit the DMV. They got to hit the DMV and get some driving tests. I mean, if you're driving within our earthly limits, you can't use your interplanetary driver's license. You have to use our. It's the way we roll. Oh, okay. So this is an interview that he did.
If you've been watching
let me set this up here. Where am I here? No, not that one. That one. Oh, yeah. Oh, very good, very good. And this was an interview that he did. So they're going to give like a 1 minute and 50-second intro, and then he's going to come, and then I'll make some comments in between. Feel free to make any comments online. Once they get here, they huff chemtrails. They're probably like, yeah, exactly. They like, they're standing behind their aircraft, their like spaceship, and they're. There's a big sign that says, "Please, aliens, do not stand behind spaceship and drive." They do. They do. Stupid aliens.
For some time, you'll know how just extensively we cover all things UFO, or UAP as the government now calls it. This show was the first to interview whistleblower David Grush, and he was a former Air Force officer who came forward to claim that the government had secretly recovered alien technology. That was 2 years ago. And now what was then crazy has become something of a unifying topic for lawmakers from both sides of the aisle, to the point where a brand new documentary is being released today about all the things UAP, all things UAP, and it's all featuring officials from the very highest levels of the U.S. government.
I mean, I don't think it's anything new. Like, people from the government, I think the government wants people. The government wants people to believe. That way, they can have conduct all of their tests. They can do all of their crazy things and then just blame UFOs. Do you really think the government is this good? 80 years ago, what happened 80 years ago? Roswell. So if you graph all of the sightings, all the UFO sightings, you'll see a huge bump, almost nothing before 1947. And then you see a huge bump. And then when the internet started in the 90s, I got the chart, I could pull it up. It like skyrockets because all of a sudden people are sharing stuff, right? They're sharing it.
The documentary is called The Age of Disclosure, and it tells the story of an 80-year global cover-up concealing the existence of intelligent alien life and technology. Tonight, we bring you an exclusive clip.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
Some people claim it would cost them their lives if they spoke out about these things.
The first country that cracks the code on this technology will be the leader for years to come.
Why are they only crashing in China, Russia, and the United States then? Like, don't they care about Gambia? I mean, they don't care about Gambia. They don't care about Saudi Arabia. They don't care about Brazil. They don't care about South America. They don't care about India. Or maybe the Indians, they have got some aircraft and they just, they're not talking,
This is similar to the Manhattan Project. This is the atomic weapon on steroids.
If Xi Jinping had access to this, if Putin had access, you think?
If Putin had access, he'd be using it in Ukraine. And his little ragtag army is kind of getting his ass handed to him by drones. Mind you, Ukraine has got some of the best, if not the best drones in the world, right? I was born in the Czech Republic in Brno. So Ukrainians are kind of like, in the vicinity of, where my people were from, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Putin, look, I never trust a guy whose first syllable in his name starts with poo. It's just my policy. It's a policy I have. If your name starts as the first syllable is poo, I don't trust you.
For a second that they wouldn't consider using it to achieve their ends of domination?
Sometimes strategic surprises that change the course of human history.
Boy, was Marco. He was just totally bought up by the Israeli lobby, eh? Same with, what's that the bass player guy? He just did a show in Israel and they changed the words to, fine, like if that's your shtick, then go ahead, do it, right? I'm not here to tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do. But there's certain politicians, the best thing is to eliminate all lobby. All lobby. Every donation must be $30 in an individual's name. But there's no way the two-party dictatorship is going to change. And the two-party dictatorship is partly responsible for this alien crap, if you ask me.
Dan Farah is the documentary's director and producer, and he joins me now. All right, Dan, I was up way too late watching this entire thing because I literally couldn't stop. Congratulations. It's fantastic. I was struck by...
For those of you who haven't watched Age of Disclosure, it's basically just almost 2 hours of people saying ambiguous things. There was even an astrophysicist who's talking about showing warp bubbles within our atmosphere. Wait a sec, you are going to use all of that energy to create a warp bubble in our atmosphere for no reason except for we can, so we do. That's probably why they're crashing. And if they created a warp bubble in our atmosphere, the energy signature, because basically it's somewhere between Jupiter and our sun, the amount of energy that you would need to create one. That's not even to maintain it and then to fly it. We don't see this energy signature anywhere. They're doing warp bubbles and we don't see the energy signature.
By this line from one of the people you interviewed, without a doubt.
And if they can hide it and they have that kind of technology, why are they fucking crashing all the time? DMV. They don't got the proper driver's license. They're coming in here. They're probably drinking their alien juice. And it's, look, guys, we've got 23% oxygen atmosphere or 17%? You can't, it's probably fucking...
There has never been a program before that has been so successfully kept out of the public eye as the Legacy Crash Retrieval Program. What is it?
One of the intelligence officials in the film makes that statement. And, previously the most secretive program was the Manhattan Project, but we found out in hindsight that the Manhattan Project had leaks. Mm-hmm. So when this program was created, they made it even more secretive and put more security measures in place. And those security measures have ruled the day the last 80 years.
The Legacy Crash Retrieval Program is something that the Air Force does for the most part. They have special units that go out to collect, to retrieve.
Special units, but they always crash in the perfect places where these units can get there long before any rescue team the aliens have. Like, you would think the aliens have got this freaking technology. The Marines leave no one behind. You think the aliens, don't they have the prime directive? Don't they have the prime directive? Like I don't. William Shatner, he just came out and said, look, if you didn't have the prime directive, you'd have no show. I got it, but this isn't a show. The aliens, they got anti-gravity, anti-this, super de-duper that, but they can't freaking fly. They crash all the time. Guys, you cannot be buying all this. I do love the counter arguments, though. I watched this show. It's just a lot more of the same. Yada, yada, yada. Ack.
Alien spacecraft that have crashed.
Well, the people in my film reveal that the elements of this program are elements of the Air Force, elements of the CIA, elements of the Department of Energy, and military defense contractors.
All right. For decades, they've had these units that go out, and we're not the only one.
Okay, tomorrow I'm going to put on another episode with the Corridor crew, the guys that debunk all of the space, all this stuff. Tomorrow I'm changing things up, baby. We're doing the Corridor crew tomorrow. These guys are awesome. But anyway, hey, if you believe, I respect your opinion to believe.
With these units that are going out to retrieve the stuff.
Yeah.
Russia and China are too. That's the other amazing thing that you reveal in the film, which is that we're in a secret.
How many spaceships, these super de-duper, 100,000 years into the future spaceships, why are they crashing with amazing? They're crashing in China, they're crashing in Putin land, and America. What is wrong with their tech? I question if they can't fucking drive in our atmosphere. I question whether they can cross light years. Light years, my friends. Wormholes. I'm going to call Matthew McConaughey and see what he thinks.
Arms race.
Yeah, it's arguably the most shocking of the reveals that there is this high-stakes secret Cold War race to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin that the United States is involved in with adversarial nations like China and Russia.
We think China and Russia both have retrieved alien spacecraft as well.
That's what the officials in my film go on the record stating.
They go on the record, in fact, saying that what in 1989, we think the Soviets retrieved a tic-tac shaped spacecraft.
This gal is just lapping it up, eh? She went home after this and she was brushing her teeth and she was like all nervous and, honey, I don't think I could sleep. They can't sleep.
Yeah, which was significantly larger than the Tic Tac encountered by the Nimitz carrier strike group, and Commander Dave Fravor, who pursued it.
You also have two different astrophysicists in the documentary who say that the government has retrieved.
And they do talk. I believe that I am a more qualified astrophysicist, and I was an English major. They say nothing that I couldn't have said. And I don't know the math. I'm pretty good at math. But they're astrophysicists. I mean, they probably go have drinks with Avi Loeb. That's kind of like what I'm probably thinking. Yeah.
At least two different alien species, and that one of them made contact with the crash retrieval team. What does that mean? Does that mean it was alive when they captured it?
One of the intelligence officials in the film speaks about an event that happened on a U.S. military base where two UAP approached the base.
How convenient. There was only one. There was no second person to collaborate it. That's pretty convenient.
One of them landed, and apparently non-human beings exited the craft and interacted.
No description, just non-human beings. Like what? What were they? Did they like what? No pictures? No nothing? He didn't have a camera? You guys, look, can I get a selfie with you guys? Hold up.
Did with members of the Air Force and the CIA.
Guys, they'll never believe me.
Here's the thing. These all sound like extraordinary
They'll never believe me. I got to get a selfie with you guys.
Wrap their head around, right?
Yeah.
But these are 34, in my film, there's 34 extremely high-level military, government, and intelligence officials, people who have been trusted with very high-level security clearances, people who have been involved in, keeping this nation safe in many different ways. And people.
Well, I'm convinced. Eh? I am convinced.
But we trust in a lot of scenarios. And, these interview subjects range from our secretary.
Look at that. 34 senior government officials speak out on UFOs. Government officials. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Ronald Reagan, circa 1985. Don't fear, I'm from the government.
Secretary of State to sitting senators to former,
if Marco Rubio says it, damn it, I'm in.
Director of National Intelligence, a former Secretary of Defense, leaders from the Pentagon, leaders from the CIA, leaders from the Air Force, leaders from the Navy. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's really hard to ignore what these people are saying.
It's really hard to say this is one kooky person doing this when you have this much experience in every level and every branch of government all coming together on camera to say, not only have we retrieved alien spacecraft, we've retrieved alien remains.
Yeah.
And again, if we went, do you think Captain Kirk, every time a space shuttle went missing, every single time, you see how Captain Kirk, like, dude is like, I want Captain Kirk as my captain, because if I get into shit on planet XY9742, I know he's coming back for me. And until that space shuttle's retrieved, Captain Kirk. But these aliens, they just crash and they go, fuck it. They'll take, like, aren't you concerned that maybe these human aliens, this is like the 36th crash, sir. All this technology to fly across the universe, but yet they keep crashing in our atmosphere. And they look like weather balloons to boot.
And keep in mind, these are people that are not aligned at all ideologically or politically, right? But they're aligned on this. So it's 34 senior officials sharing one truth.
This was something that I did not know, was that during the second Bush presidency, Bush 2, they actually they convened a cabinet meeting and debated and discussed for days about whether or not to.
Do you guys remember George Bush? I mean, he was kind of funny. And his comment was, he said, when asked, so I can't say. Okay, thanks.
Finally go
George.
public
Thank you, Jorge.
Program with what they have found and what they have discovered.
So Bush 2 had learned the base facts that we're not alone in the universe and that there have been recoveries of technology of non-human origin. And he was contemplating whether to share that with the world during his presidency.
Well, if he just said it, why he already shared it? If that's what you're saying, he didn't say anything. I saw the interview, and if anyone believes in aliens, like, I've seen the arguments, and they're all pretty weak. They're pretty weak. I am a person. I'm one of these people. Maybe a lot of you are too. You need unequivocal evidence. 1 + 1 = 2. Other than that, it's just. It's a big maybe. It's right up there with a Big Bang. Although Big Bang does have some circumstantial evidence.
He put together a think tank. One of the officials in my film was part of that think tank, and he goes on the record about it. They were asked to analyze the impact to various aspects of our society, from religion to the economy, and they all went into it bullish on the idea of disclosure. And after evaluating it, they all decided it was a bad idea.
Why?
For various reasons, just the impact, the place we were as a country following, 9/11.
There's always. I mean, if you listen to, they build it up, the evidentiary trail, and at the end it's like and here's why it didn't happen. I mean, these are aliens that can go, in age of disclosure, they even talk about spacecraft that can go 0 to 50,000 miles per hour. They use those numbers in a second. Now that breaks, there should be alien soup, porridge, in that craft, because there's no. Now, not only that, let's just, okay, you know what, somehow they've got technology. You are not going to, you go 0 to 50,000 miles per hour in a second. You create a fireball, a heat signature that you could see from anywhere in the world, but yet none of these heat signatures exist. These alien craft with this technology that is 50 millennia beyond what we have, crash into mountains, but they're they must have such monstrous energy, right? Engines and energy, matter, antimatter. They would have to have matter, antimatter, gravity drive, event horizon, something, right? But yet they crash and there's no explosions. With that kind of energy, and they're crashing in the side of mountains, you would see that explosion. For example, a 1 milligram grain in space that hits an object at 0.7, 70% the speed of light. 1 milligram is equivalent to 8.6 megatons of TNT. That's 1 milligram, 8.6 megatons. 1 milligram. But yet they're hitting mountains with these anti-gravity drives and gravity drive or anti-matter drives, gravity drive. They got warp drives. They're warping it right in our atmosphere. They're crashing. There's no explosion. They don't go and pick up their own guys, right? You know, sir, we have 5 dead. Fuck them. We got happy hour in 20 minutes. I'm not going to save our peeps. Guys, it's really hard to believe. And I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of, well, maybe I am making fun of these people. Jeez, wait a sec. I'm an ass. But it's like Avi Loeb, right? Avi, I mean, I'm going to break this to you, Avi. You're an asshole. You're an idiot. You're a dunce. How seriously do you get that job at Harvard? I applied at Harvard last week. Because if Avi can, I'm in.
They just didn't think it was a good idea. They thought that we weren't ready for it, right? The film also reveals that in Trump's first administration, he contemplated going public in a similar way. One of the officials in my film, high-level intelligence official, goes on record saying that Secretary Mnuchin reached out to him and asked him for a high-level briefing on this topic because he wanted to know what the economic repercussions might be.
No, I love that part of it because he says, do you want to know why I'm asking you?
Yeah.
And he's like, why? He said, because I need to figure out what's going to happen to our economy if we come out as a government and say, aliens exist, aliens are here, and we have them.
I'll tell you, if one of the aliens runs for office, they'll probably get elected. I mean, it can't get any worse. Like, let's, I mean, maybe they can't become president, but maybe we could have a Senate full of aliens. And it might help the cause.
Yeah. And obviously they made the same decision Bush 2 did, which was to not go public, right? To keep it internal to the people who know.
There was one part of the documentary I wanted more information on. You interview a former military analyst who said that he and others who had interactions with the UAPs are now suffering physical effects. What interactions did they have?
Yeah, so
in the video, Age of Disclosure, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. There was one guy who was complaining of some kind of burns or something like that. Something with I think one was with his eyes, and he didn't have glasses on. I mean, at least I would pull it off. At least I'm wearing glasses. It's like, yeah, I had perfect 20/20 vision until I went and I hung out with this Tic Tac alien spaceship, and but none of the people had any, like, there's no scars. So you're telling me you got burned because there was some sort of energy. So now you're telling me that these spaceships have an energy discharge. You use the explanation that these ships are so advanced they don't have an energy discharge, but somehow they're releasing energy when they're stationary. It's always conveniently one person who sees it, never a group. There's never a selfie. No one's taking an ashtray. I mean, if I'm abducted, I'm like looking around for like a pen. It's like, hey guys, after you finish checking me out, can I have that whatever behind your ear? Can I take that? I just. No one ever takes it.
To be honest, not so shocking reveals is that intelligence officials who have had encounters with UAP end up having biological effects. And I say not surprising because this is technology that we don't understand.
Biological effects. Explain. Dude, you are the writer and producer. I'm a screenwriter. Now, if you're making a factual documentary, that's different than me doing science fiction screenplays. If you're writing a factual documentary, you must know some details, I mean, in Indiana Jones, we had that big boxer guy. He went under the propeller and I mean, you can give an explanation like that. I mean, I walked in, people walk behind 747 or airplane engines, right? And they get sucked in. We've got video of that. We don't got any, stop explaining it. Show, don't tell. one of the biggest things in a screenwriter's vocabulary. Show, don't tell. Everything is tell.
Fully, that, is emitting a lot of energy. And in the same way that if you stand behind the back of a,
so he came close
fighter
to
jet, you're going to get hurt.
He came close to one of these.
Yeah, came close to multiple UAP and ended up having biological effects.
And yet, because so much of this information is classified, none of them can go on camera and say what they saw specifically.
Yeah, not specifically. So look, the reality of it is, for 80 years, all of this has been kept from the public, Congress, and even sitting presidents. And I think that really changes today when this movie comes out and the public learns the truth finally. And my hope is it sets the stage for...
Learns the truth. I mean, if you're going to prove 2 + 2 = 4, you've got to at least write on the blackboard 2 + 2 = 4. There's never any evidence. It's always circumstantial. It's always... And again, I'll go back to the idea that these alien pilots are such terrible drivers within our atmosphere. And why are these antimatter drives not exploding upon impact, or their gravity drives? I've seen Event Horizon. I've seen Star Trek.
The president finally stepping up and telling the world the base facts, that we're not alone in the universe and what he knows is going on.
At the very least, he'll convene maybe a cabinet meeting in which, then they'll all say, would it be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the world is more prepared for this.
I think we're ready for it. I think the people can handle the truth.
Okay, last question. You point out in the documentary, I found this very, very intriguing, but you point out that we as humans have only mapped about 27% of Earth's oceans. We know more about the surface of the moon and the surface of Mars than we do about our own oceans. Yeah. And you have several of these astrophysicists and
well, but then you can also say, if we mapped 27% of our solar system, mapped it, like not even close. So you're talking about structures that are 5 miles deep, 3 miles deep. Do you remember the Titan sub? What happens? You remember Titan? I mean, what happens? It's more brutal. You die instantly at 10,000 feet. Instantly. Boom. At least in space, if you drift out into outer space, you'll live for like 15, 20 seconds, right? You got some time, right? Event Horizon, what's his name? The guy that Sugar Bear, Honey Bear, what's his name? He goes out there and then, was Lawrence Fishburne not freaking awesome in that role? He goes and he does the launch and he saves them because he held his breath, and you can actually hold your breath and survive a few seconds out in outer space. Titan sub, man, boom, instant. I mean, they probably turned into a very fine puree, right? A very fine puree. If you're gonna go, it might as well be the Titan subway, the Titan subway.
And intelligence officials saying, you know what? It's possible these objects, these UAPs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, aren't coming from outer space. They might be coming from the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, look, moreover, we have, senior members of the House Intelligence Committee going on the record saying that the craft seen coming out of the ocean are otherworldly things. They straight up say on camera, these are not rockets, they're not aircraft.
They're moving at hundreds of miles an hour underwater,
they're otherworldly
inconceivable.
Things defying physics as we know it. And
so one of the things they say in Age of Disclosure, this is absolutely asinine, guys. This is about as stupid can get. I've seen stupid, I've heard stupid. I've been called stupid. That's okay. That's okay. Right now, I'm the stupidest guy in the room because I am the only guy in the room. But they will say that a spaceship coming from outer space hits our atmosphere, does not slow down. So have you guys seen the Jerry Seinfeld, the loogie one with Hernandez, right? Let me explain the impossibility of the, and he's got the magic loogie, right? I'm hit. It's kind of, so the spaceship flies in from outer space, hits our atmosphere, doesn't slow down, no heat signature. There's no fireball, nothing. They got technology. These aliens have got technology that is, they got the Speed Force, right? Speed Force. Guys. They got the Speed Force. It keeps going. And this is what they say in the Age of Disclosure. I kid you not, they're astrophysicists. They're going through our atmosphere. No, they have not slowed down. They hit the water. They have not slowed down. Even they hit the water, they don't slow down. I'll call Brian Cox. somebody, Brian Green, somebody that can help me with. But that is one of the things that the magic, like they have more Harry Potter power. Gandalf. It's like Gandalf coming. Eru has sent Gandalf because they're using magic. It's magic. If you watch when it hopefully it becomes free at some point in time, it'll probably be $3.99 the whole time. Watch it. Don't pay much money for it because I swear you will be disappointed. But this is one of the things they say. They can pass through a vacuum into a gaseous atmosphere into a solid liquid without changing speed and no heat signatures.
Then retired Admiral Gallaudet, who was the chief oceanographer of the United States Navy, he is the one who states, that fact you just shared, and that he makes the point of if you were an intelligent species from somewhere else and you wanted to hide from humanity, the most obvious place would be our oceans.
Right, that's where you got to hide. Wow, it's a fascinating documentary. It's on Amazon Prime Video.
How'd that work out for the Titans sub?
Starting tonight, it's also in theaters. Dan, congratulations.
The pressure under the water, it's actually a much more hostile environment at 5,000 feet. I think James Cameron he's gone the deepest, right? I mean, you got to hand it to the guy. James Cameron, the shit that he does is pretty, like, dude. I mean, would I go down into the Andreas, the trench? I think that's where he went, right? The San Andreas Trench or whatever it's called. Well, I mean, he has a passion for it, so that's what he does. They're called TFOs now. Tree says they're called TFOs now. The trans have invaded. I'm not. I think everyone can take whatever they need from that that comment. Oh man, I got the worst cold. My nose is running away. Like literally, it's like, Fermi Paradox. Can we get to the Fermi Paradox? Oh, do we have a little bit more? Oh, we got a little bit more left.
It's called the Age
Salutations.
The Age of Disclosure.
80-year cover-up, which is basically how many years has it been since Roswell?
Friday brain.
Prime Video worldwide, theaters New York,
all right, it's only been
Los
60.
Angeles, and DC.
It's
no,
really,
no, 80,
great.
80, what am I doing?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation.
Cuomo, CNN. I remember him, CNN, Cuomo. Oh, geez. So that is, yeah. I mean, it's entertainment. It's entertainment, and I am one of those people, and I'm more than happy to have discussions with people. Look, I just believe in stuff that's real. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in the regular notion of God. I do believe there are some ideas of a being. Because I believe that simulation theory is 0.00001% chance or 0.011% or whatever. It's a small chance of being real. Boom, you're agnostic. You have to be agnostic. The fact that you think there's a chance that we are in a simulation suggests that there is a creator and the creator writes code and we are living that code. That would be a matter of fact. Is it a 10th dimensional being that is so far beyond our scope and our three-dimensional spatial reality? Maybe. Okay, so. Oh my God. I took this Tylenol medicine, and I'll tell you, it's not. I think the nighttime. This got 12 daytime. 12 daytime. And I got 8 nighttime. I bought it at 3 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. How about Santa Claus on the Spirit of Christmas? Oh yeah. I totally forgot about my I have a Grinch mug, and I want to get some little Christmas trees that kind of maybe like right here or something like yeah, no. Merry Christmas to everyone. Like it's going to be a hard year for a lot of people, but still Merry Christmas. I am going to be live on Christmas Day for 8 hours. Christmas Day, 8 hours, Christmas Eve for 4 hours. If you're not doing anything, I'm going to be live all day. I got no family. You know, so I'm going to hang out. I literally just talk. Someone says, talk about this. Hey, that sounds interesting. I'll punch it up and we'll do it. But the Fermi Paradox, you guys know about the Fermi Paradox, right? So I did this. I got to say this because I think this is so relevant with AI. I did this slideshow in less than an hour. Now I'm pretty good at Photoshop. I'm pretty good at Premiere Pro. I'm pretty good at a number of different software, After Effects and whatnot. Like I've been using it for 30 years, so I'm pretty good. Guys, this thing took me less than an hour. I would have taken, you know, 11 slide with all the, I don't think I have an all black background. Oh, that's kind of cool. A little bit of aliens. It would have taken me, it would have taken me a better part of 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, depending on how. I could have went to Adobe Stock, grabbed the images, but literally this took me less than an hour. So you talk about how AI improves efficiency. I did this. I started this thing an hour or an hour and a half before the show, or 2 hours before the show. And I had no fear that I wasn't going to be able to get it done. The Fermi Paradox. We all know what that is, right? The question of why we haven't found alien life is known as the Fermi Paradox. And the potential explanations for this absence suggest that advanced extraterrestrial civilizations may not exist, or at least are not detectable by humans. But they're crashing, baby. They're crashing. Here are 10 reasons often cited in scientific discussions. As I grab my little roll of teepee so I can, my apologies. If you guys ever watch Beard Meets Food, I love Beard Meets Food. He's always apologizing, right? He's stuffing his face. The nicest guy. I think that I'd probably want to go drink it or have a drink with him, or at least have a dinner with him. But he's always apologizing. I got to apologize for my, so number 1, life is extremely rare. Earth might be an anomaly, a lucky blue dot, where the specific conditions required for complex life to evolve and be sustained are incredibly rare in the universe. Now, I think that's a matter of fact, right? We all know life is so rare. We see no signatures whatsoever. We have thousands. It's like every week there's a new mega something being pointed up into the universe from some country, whether it's the European agency, NASA, India, China, even some of the, the Saudi Arabia. Everyone's getting into the act. We see nothing, no anomalies that suggest to us that it's alien life, right? There's nothing. The great filter is in our past. Life may be common, but there could be an evolutionary bottleneck or great filter that most life fails to pass. Example, evolving from single-celled to complex life. I did a video, it's like a 30-minute video, and it has various Neil deGrasse Tyson, Brian Greene, Carl Sagan, Brian Cox, Michio Kaku, and they're all talking about how from Big Bang we get to us. And the chance, so basically I forgot the valley where life kind of came. One kind of cell got into another cell. And it was because of this that it created a kind of cell, and I forgot the names exactly, that life was able, it was such a fluke. Now you got to think, if the asteroid didn't hit, if the snowball Earth didn't happen, if this didn't happen, if this didn't happen, right? But life has to exist somewhere. I mean, us human beings, we're such dumbasses. We spend more time trying to kill each other, which will probably be successful one day, right? Probably. But that's the great filter, where basically, a small percentage of life ever gets to the point of being intelligent. That's number 2 in our Fermi Paradox. Number 3, intelligent life self-destructs. You think we're not heading in that direction? I mean, I would be surprised. I would be. If I was put into cryo sleep, And I wake up 500 years from now and like, whoa, we're still here? Wow. I'd be surprised. Alien civilizations capable of advanced space travel might develop the means of their own destruction. We prove that through war, climate change, or artificial intelligence run amok. AI, guys, AI is before they can venture into the cosmos. I firmly believe, and there's some AI scientists, that the only way we survive AI is to merge with it. Now we're talking about the Borg, motherfucker. We're talking about Borg. Remember when Borg first came out? Star Trek Next Generations? We thought, okay, that's a cool concept. Come on. Now, I did a video just about a year ago called Will AI Turn Us into Borg? I thought it was kind of going off, but now I realize it's not. As a matter of fact, I think it is more possible that when we can take inorganic electric signals, have them communicate with organic electric signals seamlessly, that we will have brain chips in our brains. We will. And it'll enhance our thinking. It'll enhance everything. Now, of course, the question is the AI going to take over our human capacity to think? Maybe that's better. I mean, us dumbass humans seem to be, embroiled in meaningless, stupid wars over things that, honestly, I mean, doesn't make sense to me. But maybe AI should take over. Have we really thought about maybe they should? I don't know. Maybe. Number 4, we haven't been looking long enough. Humanity has only been actively searching and transmitting signals for a tiny fraction of cosmic time, about 80 years, with radio telescopes. I thought it was about 100 years, which is an insufficient amount of time to find out if the vastness, my slide thing is right in the way. The vastness of the cosmos. Look, we have telescopes that are, we just had a picture of a galaxy 13.4 billion. We just seen a black hole, a supermassive black hole that is 13.5 billion years, 400 million years, barely 400 million years after the birth of the universe, our area of the universe, if you want to call it. And it was already 40 million solar masses. Today, it's UNHZ-1. It's the supermassive black hole in that galaxy. They just took a picture of it. Hey, look, we do not see any evidence of the millions and billions of pictures that we take. There's no anomalies. There's no like little spaceship flying across. It's like, wait a sec. What's that? Oh man, what's the Martian's name from Looney Tunes? You got a P-38 explosive space modulator. Proverbs. Oh no. Proverbs. God is one creator. Oh well, we got Jesus. Islam is true. Okay, I'm not gonna. Enjoy your religion. Like honestly, I'm not gonna try and convince you of anything else. You don't need to try to convince me of anything else. You don't. I'm not going to attack you for your religion. Islam is true. Hack. I'm not. Mr. Drakballer. Baller. Proverbs 30:4. Humanity. Excuse me. Number 5. Space is too vast. The sheer size of the universe means that even if intelligent life exists, civilizations are likely too far apart in space and time for contact to occur with our current technology. And that is basically, life is so rare. And I think even Brian Cox makes a suggestion that life is intelligent life, not life. We might fight muck, right? Sludge, which is life. But intelligent life, human beings, that have the capacity to experience, is so rare that we actually may be the only, we've only been around for 100 years in this incantation of our existence out of the 4.6 billion years that the earth has been around. I mean, that's such a tiny fraction. Tiny fraction. So it would be a crazy coincidence that if another intelligent species is located anywhere close to us. Number 6, technology is not a universal goal. Now, this is kind of interesting. This is interesting. A civilization might not value the kind of technology we use for communication and exploration, opting for philosophical pursuits. I could see that. Virtual realities or biologically based technology that we cannot detect. That, I wish the human species was. I guess you would take a look and you kind of say Buddhism, right? Buddhism would be the closest group or idea. I mean, I love philosophy. I think philosophy is a great way to try and explain the world around us using words. It's like I always explain it using it's math with words. You can't really prove anything, but you can kind of argue for its existence in a way that is compelling. But you can't prove anything. Math proves stuff, right? But if they are doing technology for biologically based benefit, guys, I think that would be an incredible alien species. And I hope they come here. Aliens live in undetectable environments. Extraterrestrial life might exist in subsurface oceans of icy moons like Europa, where they are shielded from the universe and would have no way to build radios or notice the sky above their heads. And obviously there, we're not talking about intelligent life. We're talking about microbial or and given the fact that they're living in an ocean environment, they probably won't develop technology that is conducive to space travel, space discovery, all of that. Excuse me while I, the nose gods. So I took, I took Tylenol Sinus. I took three daytime, and I don't think the daytime ones work. I took one nighttime last night. I think it worked. So at the daytime, it says runny nose and sneezing. It helped. Sinus congestion on the daytime. So I mean, I've just had a horrible day with this cold. First time in 15 years, guys. It's terrible. Let's go. Shall we hit number 8? They are trapped. I love this one, right? And this is such a relevant idea. They are trapped on super Earths, right? Even if the Earth was slightly bigger than it is, the amount of propulsion that would be required to break out of Earth's gravity would be significantly more. Imagine if Earth was 3% smaller. I don't know what exactly the energy savings would be for a SpaceX rocket to go up, but it would be significant. If it was 5% smaller, it would be significant. But this is a great reason why some intelligent life might not develop. Now, it would still probably send out radio signals. They would have developed technology. They could probably get some satellites up. But if it's a really big super Earth, but mind you, then the gravity on the planet, then they're probably really small. They've developed in a very different way. But it's an interesting thing, right? So life could be developing on super Earths that have no chance. I mean, we are so lucky, the size of our Earth. And of course, a lot of people who are inclined to religion will say, well, it's just too much coincidence. It's like, well, I mean, but if you're going to have life, it's going to have to need all the, the details for life to be supported. So number 9, we are looking for the wrong kind of life. Our search is often based on the assumption that aliens could look or communicate like humans. Advanced alien life might be machine-based, AI, or otherwise incomprehensible to us, so we might not recognize it even if we saw it. If it's machine-based, I would argue that it's probably much more developed than we are. I don't know. This one is kind of things that have spaceships, things that are flying through the universe, leave signatures, energy signatures. aliens that are flying into our atmosphere are going to have it. Just the idea that when they crash, their spaceships don't explode in an anti-gravity or antimatter matter explosion. But yet all these aliens are crashing. They got terrible technology. I don't know. Like, they should not be allowed to fly, especially FTL. Like, you guys are crashing so much within our, like, we need to have the what's the flying the federal someone's going to have to investigate their driver's licenses. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And number 10, they are deliberately avoiding us. Some theories suggest that advanced civilizations might impose a galactic quarantine or a zoo hypothesis, deliberately avoiding contact with humanity until we reach a certain level of cultural or technological maturity. Well, wouldn't that that would absolutely discredit the idea that aliens are actually visiting us, because they would have a prime directive: don't mess with the humans, because these humans are dumb. They just take everything. The first idea that any government's going to have is they'll take technology and it's like, well, how do I weaponize it? Right? How do I blow things up with it? That's the way our government works. That's our society. I think there are groups of people. Science is the only superpower. I say it all the time, guys. Science is the only superpower. And Santa Claus and science. Everyone wants science. Religion, enthusiastic people over science. Everybody wants the power of science. The power of science changes the world. And I say this before, there's only one thing that religion can give us. There's only one thing. And it's no slight against religion. It is what it is. There's only one thing that religion can give us. Technology will give us a better this, a better camera, better computers, better everything, right? Technology. The only thing that religion can give us are more scrolls from more caves, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Great. All right. That's more scrolls from caves that are put there by men. So we're going to find more scrolls. And these are people that wrote scrolls 2,000-3,000 years ago. A grade 1 student had a better education than these people. Well, maybe grade 2. I don't know. And that is the problem. And the systems that use science to their benefit. A lot of the benefit, look, corporations in your benefit to people. Government doesn't. If you're going through a hard time right now, I bet you 80% of it is because of government. They have ran shit into the ground. I worked on Wall Street for many years. I was a market maker, economic analyst, have a good background in that kind of stuff as well. Science is the only thing that can get us out of the shit that government has created. And I don't know, maybe these aliens run for office. They come and they do run for office. We get a Senate full of it's an idea. Maybe we'll see. Who was it that? We got some comments. I gotta. Advanced civilizations don't want to touch our 67 brain rot. Well, yeah. You can just see they're in their little spaceships. They'd be laughing. They'd be having jokes. They think it's cryptic messages. Yeah. Degenerate science. Thinking is dangerous. That's a t-shirt. That is a t-shirt, bro. Thinking is dangerous. Carl, can I use that? I'm going to use that on a t-shirt. One day when I get the Godless Universe store up, it'll be like, thinking is dangerous. Ouch, it hurts on the back. Fuck, no, bro, I'm giving you a fucking applause for that one. You get an applause. That's a good one. I'll take it. Someone mentioned Santa Claus. Who was it that mentioned Santa Claus? I have a funny thing. God is one, creator. God is one, creator is one. Jesus, he's the prophet delivered to worship one. Blah, 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 blah. All right. How about Santa Claus? Yeah, CPS. CPS mentioned how was Santa Claus. So I got this thing. I have friends that are religious, right? And that's cool. I just don't talk religion. It's like what's the point? Let's talk about other stuff that we might have in common. I'm certainly not going to attack someone if someone has that belief. That's fine. Enjoy that belief. But then they come to me and say, well, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you don't believe they was born on December 25th, yada, yada. First off, he wasn't. Emperor Constantine decreed that because December 25th has always been the pagan holiday going back 7,000 years. If Jesus was born, it was in August, and they think it was August 8th or 23rd, I think. And then they say, well, if you don't believe in Jesus, why do you celebrate Christmas? It's like, well, I don't believe in Santa Claus either, but I have fun with Santa Claus, right? I mean, dear God, how do you not have fun with reindeer, Santa Claus? Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. And guys, you know what? I think this is really important. If the year is tough, the studio audience is really, it's just a bunch of friends I invited in. If you're having a tough year, I say, look, you guys have a family meeting and don't buy stuff. Like, don't put that stress on everybody. The layoffs, the fear of layoffs, the inflation, all those things that are making life hard. I spent 2 years trying to get out of Los Angeles. I lived there for 20 years. One of the worst declining cities, entire blocks of closed small businesses, small mom and pop businesses, blocks, downtown, everywhere. It's a disaster. LA, disaster. I lost so much trying to get out of Los Angeles. So much. Finally got out. Bit of rebuilding, right? Bit of rebuilding. Like, I think a lot of people, so like, be smart about things. Use the noggin. Who was it? What was that? Thinking, what's the phrase I'm stealing? Thinking is dangerous. Well, in this case, it's not. You guys have a Merry Christmas. I think it's literally the feeling you get, right? It's about, hey, you know what? I sing religious songs, right? Come, they told me, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. Religious stuff. But nowhere in the Bible is there a manger. There's no manger. Carl? Someone? Ogby? No, I got nothing. So anyway, guys, that is the alien. We're going to be doing a lot of alien stuff. Tomorrow I'm doing the Corridor Crew. Those are the VFX guys that they literally debunk all these. I mean, and they're so good at it. They're so good at it. So tomorrow we're going to do the Corridor Crew. I'm going to do a special call out to them because they got a lot of followers, millions, and but they deserve because they're good at what they do. And if you believe in aliens, I'm always interested in the arguments. I mean, I watched Age of Disclosure. Age of Disclosure didn't have anything. I want to believe in aliens. I mean, that's a great place to be. It's like the idea of not believing in heaven. Why would I not want to believe in heaven? The fact that we live forever, entropy doesn't exist, that we live in this fun shits and giggles world after we get St. Peter lets us out of purgatory, and we get to the gates and we're, and all of a sudden we get to live forever in La La Land. You think I don't want to believe in that? Why wouldn't I want to believe in that? It sounds too good to be true. That's the problem. Like, it's like, well, you just don't want to live forever. What the fuck did I just hear? Right? Tropic Thunder. What the fuck did everyone's gay once in a while. Why would I not want to believe in heaven? If heaven was proved, I would be the happiest guy alive. I'm sure you guys would too. A lot of you guys. We'd be dancing, right? We'd have the vino dance. I mean, why does someone not want to believe in this stuff? I want to believe in Santa Claus. I want to believe that human beings are capable of better things than hurting each other. But watch the evening news and you're proven wrong over and over and over again. I don't know, my friend. So tomorrow, I invite you to join me. Oh, someone left a comment. What are we saying? Excuse me. Luke 2 talks about a manger, which is an animal feeding trough. What button do I hit for that? This one? I guess it's that one, right? Is that the one? I don't know. One of the things about Jesus Christ. So on Christmas Day, I'm going to do 8 hours. I'm going to stream for 8 hours on Christmas Day, 4 hours on Christmas Eve. So come and join me. It's just fun shits and giggles. But the whole idea of Jesus Christ, like no relevant author during his time wrote anything about him, right? So if you're turning water into wine, but mind you, I had to pour myself a wine. Or you're turning, what is it? What did he turn into? Something into bread? What was the bread? God, I even read the Bible. And walking on water, you're resurrecting people, yada, yada. Like none of this stuff is recorded in the historical annals of the time. No one wrote anything. Like if you're doing shit like Einstein, right? He actually did a lot of people wrote about him, right? You're become president of the United States. People will write about you, good or bad, right? Good or bad. Anyway, and I don't begrudge anyone who has that belief. Look, own it, accept it, cherish it. If you're in between, I'm not the person that's going to dissuade you from one way or the other. I will offer evidence of science because that's the way I'm based. I said I'm based. Yeah. But there are plenty of reasons to AI 2026 AI. It's going to be tough. So be good to friends and family. You don't have to buy stuff. You know what? A hug, a cup of coffee, and some smiles around the fire will keep the money in the bank for bills and going into 2026. You got to be smart about this stuff, people. Everybody. I just think there's some really rough times ahead in the housing market. Even if you take a look at this chart, delinquencies. Delinquencies, my friends. Was it yesterday's show? I was going to pull it up. Show files. No. Oh, you know what? It was a file. I'm gonna try and pull it up. But delinquencies are as high as 37% in, was it Louisiana? Credit card delinquencies are screaming higher. But anyway, that's everyone's got to play it safe. The aliens will not save us. I've confirmed. Tomorrow we're going to do the Corridor Crew. And a whole bunch of other things. It's going to be fun shits and giggles all show. I thank you guys. Oh, we got one more comment. Name a life that comes from non-life. You can't, so there has to be something eternal. God. You know what I just saw there, Darren? Like you literally know what I just saw there. You know when a dog gets all excited and he chases around his tail? He never catches the tail, but he knows the tail is there. He never catches it. But he's convinced that if he keeps trying, he'll catch it. But Darren, I appreciate your comment. And if that is the rationale for your belief, hey, I stand by your, Luke 2 talks about, oh yeah, that's what, yeah. But look, hey, religion is a personal thing. It's yours. There's no reason to become hostile over it. Accept everyone's opinion. I think that's the best way to do it. Enjoy everyone's company. Religion does not need to be a defining or a separating thing. You keep yours, I'll keep mine, and then we meet in the middle and we talk about NFL, baby. 4 weeks left in the NFL. 4 weeks. That's it. 4 weeks. I don't know what else there is to talk about. Tomorrow, Corridor Crew and some more alien stuff. If there's tomorrow, so every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 4 days a week. I will see you tomorrow, my friends, and have a wonderful evening. Do it